Hey guys, how you all doing? I got another couple of press releases that I want to go through. Can you guess which age group are the most conscientious and responsible drivers, if you like, on the roads? And everything you thought you knew, or what you thought insurance companies taught you about this, might not be right. What am I talking about? I'll tell you after this. Right then, so I've had a press release, and this is from Rooster Insurance, which claimed that they reward good drivers with cheaper premiums. Maybe I'll try them out. Anyway, so they are saying, this is the headline: Generation Z and Millennials are revealed as Britain's humblest everyday drivers. That's weird. So and they're pointing out that because they put this press release out because they're going, considering new restrictions. DVLA is considering new restrictions for over 70 years old. It's a bit harsh. Bear in mind, I should just add that older people often need cars to get around. So, you need to think very carefully before you start doing that. But anyway, 92% of Generation Z drivers are aware of what can affect how well they drive, making them the most aware of all the age groups polled. Interesting. So they say a third of 55 to 64-year-olds think nothing affects how well they are able to drive. I know what you're thinking. I'm not quite in that bracket yet. All right? Not yet. Anyway, a third of 45 to 54-year-olds feels they don't need to reread or read new highway code rules, stating that the rules are common sense. Okay, perhaps I fall into that bracket. But, the rules are common sense, but by and large, but there are some new rules that have been introduced. For example, I think I read recently that the hierarchy of who is responsible for an incident is dependent on who is capable of causing the most harm or damage. So for example, if you like, a lorry driver might be held responsible for hitting a car would be responsible for hitting a bike, a rider on a horse would be responsible for pedestrians, so forth and so on, that sort of thing. So it is worth catching up on the highway code from time to time. So they looked at, Generation Z are 18 to 24-year-olds, and Millennials are 25 to 34-year-olds. And they found that the youngest two age groups were significantly more aware of what can affect how well they drive compared to older groups. So the survey of 1,000 UK motorists, and they divided this into the 6 age groups going between 18 up to 65 years old. And they revealed that 92% of the Generation Z drivers felt that their ability to drive would be most affected on UK roads. I'm going to come to what were those things in a minute. I'll just go through the other bits. 89% of millennial drivers, which are 24 to 34-year-olds, were the second most aware group, saying that what they were aware of, what it was that could affect how they drive. And the least humble were the 55 to 64-year-olds, more than a third at 34%, saying that nothing can negatively affect how well they drive. So amongst the things that the Generation Z and the Millennials said are likely to affect how they perform as drivers on the road, they said that 50% said that adverse weather conditions. Fair enough, rain affects visibility, fog can make it even worse. Rain can also affect the conditions of grip and stuff like that. Busy roads at 40%, that was next. Traffic can intimidate people. Complex one-way systems, okay, that confuses everybody, and that was at 34%, so I would have expected that to be a bit higher, but anyway, that's where that is. Complex roundabouts, have you ever tried the roundabout, or the roundabout with multiple baby roundabouts at Hemel Hempstead? Yeah, that confuses the heck out of me too. That's at 33%. So these are the things that top the list of what Gen Z drivers felt would affect their ability to drive most on UK roads. The research found that more than a quarter of drivers do actually refresh their knowledge of the highway code each year. That's very good. Well done, you guys. And this increases to 52% when you're considering Generation Z drivers on their own. What's going on with these guys? Well, you know, I mean, these are not the youngsters behind getting their licenses and behind the wheels when I was young. It's not the same thing. We weren't, you know, we just wanted to get out there. But good on them, good on them. So Rooster Insurance says, it's all too easy to become a complacent driver as we gain more miles on the clock and trips around the UK. However, this is a dangerous trap for the more mature and experienced driver to fall into, becoming more and more unaware of potential driving dangers in UK roads. It's great to see the nation's younger drivers on the road self-imposing measures to stay informed and remain safe while they are driving. Wow, that's pretty clever. Okay, good. That's good on them. Now, whilst I'm here, I did get another release, so I'm going to move swiftly on from Generation Z. So, you know, a round of applause for Generation Z and the Millennials. Well done, you guys. Keep up the great work. And you know, a rap on knuckles, slap round the back, a slap. For the older generation. Anyway, moving to the older generation, we're talking about family. Well, not that old generation, but we're talking to the family cars. And there was a press release from Electric Ride-On Cars. These guys actually produce little electric buggies for children. So, but I don't know why they've done this, but anyway, they put this press release out, and they basically named the most family-friendly cars out there, and they based this, they gave me a top 10 list. They give it in this press release, they've given a top 10 list. They've actually done the top 50 cars, but I'm going to go through the top 10 because that's just too much. By that time you're just covering every car anyway, aren't you? They looked at things such as the boot space, dimensions, the price, warranty, the vehicle's safety rating out of 5 based on the Euro NCAP crash safety evaluation, to evaluate what they believe are the most family-friendly cars. Mercedes has many family-friendly cars, and so does Ford in this list apparently. And out of the top 50, this is interesting because I'm sitting in an electric car right now, charging in fact. Out of the 50 cars listed, only 3 were electric or hybrid. That might change going forward, but anyway, let's go through these cars. At number 1 is the Ford Galaxy, and that gets a score of 64.66. At number 2 is the Hyundai Ioniq Hybrid. Okay, so that is a hybrid. That's at number 2. Wow, hang on. So that's at number 2. That scored 59.95. That's pretty good. Well done, Hyundai. I would have thought that might be a little bit on the smaller side for a family car, but I guess if it's for a small family, that would make sense. Back to MPV type vehicles. Number 3, another Ford, the S-Max at 58.92. And then at number 4, the Land Rover Discovery for the roving family, I guess, 57.74. Yeah, I mean, Discovery, I've reviewed that recently. Check it out on this actual channel. And yeah, that's pretty good. They've updated it. It's even better now. Do check that. You can plug in hybrids and all the rest of it. Kia Ceed, I've also reviewed that on this channel. Do check that out as well. That's at 57.10. The Discovery was 57.74 if I didn't mention. The Nissan Leaf comes in at number 6. Interesting that. Small family car, it says, at 56.8 is the score for that one. Then the Hyundai i30. Now I would have said that's too small, but they're favoring Hyundai in this list, and that comes in at 56.80. Then you got the Renault Captur, and that's at 55.83. The Skoda Kodiaq at 55.71, and rounding up the top 10 is the Toyota Corolla hatchback, 54.98. The Corolla being the world's best-selling car by far. I have reviewed that on this channel as well, and that makes perfect sense. I mean, the Corolla is the answer to all motoring questions, isn't it? I mean, surely that's how it is. And just as a roundup, they've also said the top family crossover SUV was the Renault Captur. At number 9, the top family SUV was the Land Rover Discovery. At number 5, the top small family car was the Citroen C4. That's really good, actually. I've just recently reviewed that car, the new C4. It's fantastic. I would highly recommend that one, and you get it as full electric as well. The top large family car was the Ford Mondeo. I'm surprised that's on the list because isn't that defunct? But anyway, top family MPV is the Ford Galaxy. So two things in the comments, please tell me what you thought about, the younger generation being better drivers or more conscientious drivers than older generation. Should insurance companies rethink how they charge the premiums for younger drivers? And secondly, what do you think is the best family car out there? Thanks so much for watching. Catch you next time. Hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, make sure you're subscribing to youtube.com/browncarguy and hit the bell icon and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of my videos. Whilst you're at it, subscribe to browncarguy.com and follow me on social media by just searching for my hashtag. That's on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and even on TikTok. If you love my content, then please consider sponsoring and supporting it, and you can do that over at patreon.com/browncarguy. And you know what? You can use my platforms to promote your product, service, or brand. My YouTube channel is now closing in on 3,000 subscribers as I record this. Total views are nearly 500,000, and the reach just over the last month is nearly 1 million. So join these amazing people as my patrons, including Mohammed Umaid in the UAE, Partha in India, a tech guru and social media consultant. Find him on parthans.com. Tom Conway Gordon here in the UK, Isaac Beauchard in the US. He's got some great deals on cool cars at bespokeautos.com. Reza Adil, check him out at Alizadeh Cigars on Instagram. Mohammed Qasim, business consultant. You can find him at wehms.com. Siraj Abbasi at Tiles Italia on Instagram for luxury floor and wall tiling. Mark Waddell in Canada. Zach Kogiani, a globe-trotting pilot with amazing images for sale at zachkogiani.com. And last but not least, my school chum Shaheer Hakki. Thanks for watching. More cool vids on the way. Catch you again in the next one.